So this is my video response to Steven Crowder's gay marriage featuring a gay leprechaun. So, I kind of find it really strange how social conservatives like yourself and What You Ought to Know, which I keep getting you guys mixed up because both of you have inflated egos and small penises, that you're threatened by the thought of anybody that isn't like yourself could do such a good job in life and possibly even better than you in life than you could ever will attain. And that really puts a damage on your fragile ego, and that you have a right to subjugate them just to make yourself feel better about yourself, because your ego is like this and they're like that. Rather than seeing a shrink and talking how much your daddy never hugged you and got you your first shiny red tricycle when you were 6, and all those other little stuff that probably put a damage to your ego, but instead you had to resort to subjugating others like a school bully. It's kind of funny. So, anyways, why I also have my remote in my hand is that if you don't like what's on TV, all you gotta do is press these buttons to change the channel, or press this button to turn the TV off. It's just as simple. So, in case you're wondering, what does that have to do with that is, if you don't like gay marriage, then don't have one. It's just as simple as that. But no. You rather waste your time and energy on denying others equal rights because the whole thought of them being happy really sickens you so much, because you don't have an ego, a real sense of self-worth, or a real sense of self for that matter, and you need to look down on other people to make your own ego look a lot better. Oh, so did the gays hurt your feelings by being happy? Well, I can't help you there. You gotta find your own ways to make yourself happy, rather than by hurting others because you can't stand the thought of them being happy. I could probably suggest you a lot of psychiatrists to help with your obvious self-loathing, closeted homosexual tendencies that you display across your videos, and in the way you put so much hair gel more that the faux hawk is totally out, and I'm not even into guys that are metrosexual. You heard me right. I am G to the AY gay. And I am proud of being different, because everybody is different. And if you don't like it, well, that's tough luck. Because We're on this planet together, we're on this world together, and you have to share that. You can't be like a spoiled person who thinks that everybody has to revolve around your opinions and yourself for that matter. Not everybody is going to revolve around your ideas and yourself for that matter. And not everybody will, even if you basically do everything necessary to do so, because that is LIFE, life, and that you basically have to deal with that there are people that are different. I find it really strange that some people are like that cannot deal with the fact that there are some people that are different hair color, eye color, religion, different races, backgrounds, and so on and so forth, and as you can also tell by my stance there, is that, and by the way I talk, is that I'm also an Aspie. But I could probably have to explain it to you in a way that a social conservative like yourself could understand. That Asperger's syndrome is actually a real disorder, rather than how your idol or supposed idol, Michael Savage, who chooses to ignore the obvious that it is a real disorder of some sort, and then he wonders why he doesn't have his own radio show anymore. Not because people complained about his idiotic, not because people were offended, because people had basically complained how stupid he acted on his willful ignorance about how Asperger's syndrome is. And you have all the time to look it up as far as on Google and Wikipedia about how Asperger's syndrome was discovered and how it was on the medical books. And then speaking of medical books, you could also try to look up that the fact that homosexuality is not a mental disorder by any means, because it doesn't really harm anyone. It's kind of really strange how some people like yourself would think that being gay is simply having sex with someone of the same sex. So if is being straight is just having sex with someone of the opposite sex? No. There's more to it than just that. A whole part of it, whether if you fall in love with someone of the same sex, constitutes being gay. And a whole part of where it becomes who you are, down to your overly gelled hair, your glib talk, big ego, and small penis, constitutes who you are inside. But it's really strange how some people like you have a need to do that, to put others people's down, because you can't really understand that.